This is really intended to be a very interactive, conversational style day. So if you guys know me, you know I like to plan and make big documents. I have not done that. So this is a good thing.
What?
So
you don't have spreadsheets?
There's no spreadsheets today. There's one spreadsheet. These slides, if anyone wants to see the kind of straw man agenda that we put together, bit.ly/ngcd, Angular Contributor Day. Super
change
clever.
detection.
Angular, I've stolen it now. You can't use it for change detection.
Aww.
No more docs on change detection ever again. So Tracy talked a little bit about the goals in terms of kind of more of the outwards facing side of things. How do we empower the community and kind of take what we all know and what we want to share with each other and make it more accessible to the world that's not in this room. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how we're going to do that and what we're going to get out of it as kind of attendees here. So I really thought that this was just a really unique opportunity because of NGConf to bring in a lot of the participants in the ecosystem. So everyone in this room is using Angular kind of at the forefront at either large companies, building libraries, building tools. And so I wanted to bring together kind of the most awesome group of people that we could while still keeping the conversation possible. And actually one of the things I wanted to acknowledge is there's a lot of people that we couldn't invite here, and I feel really bad about that. So one of the things that I really looked to everyone in the room about is how do we take this conversation and how do we make it broader and how do we involve other people and how do we kind of keep the community going from here? Because this room is not like, this is not a special group. It's just one part of the community. You're not special, right? So we're all here, we're all in Salt Lake City together. Take a day to talk about state, vision, problems, opportunities, and really hear from the various perspectives that you may not interact with every day. How many people here see someone in the room that you don't know? Complete success.
Hans,
awesome.
Really?
Hans knew everybody? So it's really about how do we broaden our perspectives and see kind of the rest of the ecosystem, the rest of the community, and understand what's going on. And then, as Tracy said, how do we share those insights and that perspective with the world? So that's a little bit about today. We do want to acknowledge code of conduct. So again, just like we talked about a few times, make sure you're having respect for all of the members of the community. It's written down on the Angular repo in GitHub. So if you see something that you're not happy with, let Tracy or myself know, and we'll try and help resolve it. Because there was a really great study done a few years ago by the Harvard Business Journal, and I think Google's done research that echoed this that we published out to the world, which is all about studying effective teams. And so they looked at different organizations of various sizes, and they said, okay, what makes a team most effective in terms of collaborating and building kind of a team atmosphere and team spirit? And one of the takeaways that they had was that in meetings, in conversations, in like group collaboration projects, they want everyone in the team talking and listening in roughly equal measure, keeping contributions short and sweet. Right? So if anyone here is dominating the conversation, feel free to make sure you raise your hand, like get involved, because I want to make sure that we're all hearing from everybody. Does that make sense? All right, because I think that's how we're going to be the most effective and really get the most value out of it as any sort of contributor. So we put together a sample agenda. We are going to have a section a little bit later to finalize this and actually decide what do we actually want to get out of this and what's the structure that makes sense to us as a group. But we ate breakfast. Hopefully the bagels were satisfying. Maybe not delicious, but we're going to hear a little bit from the Angular team. Once again, they didn't prep anything. Alex was like, okay, how about my slides? So this is going to be really freeform, and what Igor told me when I told him that we had this section on the agenda is, you just start and I'll correct you. Yeah. So we'll probably just go from there. Then after we hear, yeah?
I feel like you're dominating the conversation.
Right. Well, this is the one section, Angular team. So we got to just acknowledge that we're here to talk about Angular. And then we've got 15 minutes on the schedule for introductions, but that's nowhere near enough time. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably shrink this to like Angular. It's 4, 5's coming soon. And then we'll do some more introductions and give everyone else the time to chat a little bit more. Then we'll finalize the agenda. So we've got these slides. I'll edit them. You guys will say, I want to do this. And we'll say, great. And then we'll do large room discussion, so kind of everyone talking together. And then the second half of the day is all about how do we first eat lunch so that we don't die, and then breaking out into smaller groups. So we have 2 tables. We're probably going to want to move one table over here and cause all sorts of problems for the people that are filming. But really, whatever groups make sense, that's what I would push us for, right? If there's a topic that comes up in the larger group that you say, hey, let's dig into that, let's solve that. And then RxJS Contributor Day, they kind of jumped into hacking mode, but a lot of our problems can't necessarily be solved with hacking. So I have whiteboarding, designing, hacking, and discussing. So whatever combination of those things makes sense, jump in and do it. And then we explicitly and intentionally put a split there so that you don't end up in the same group talking with the same people all day. So we want to have you like rearrange, find a new topic, chat about something different. And then I think we're done by 5 o'clock, so we'll do some wrap up. People can tell us what they liked about this, what they didn't like, find next actions, ways of continuing the conversation.